And he just announced that you are the main event of... Let's dance, my friend. Let's dance. Yeah. Well, how do we do it? How do we do it? The champion of the world, UFC 320. Yeah! There he is.
Now let's go to UFC 323 from T-Mobile Arena on December 6th. The main event, the number 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Merab, makes the quick turnaround to face the number 2 ranked Peter Yan. On the Monday after Merab's title defense at UFC 320, he came into the offices here and told us how important it was for him to break the record for the most title defenses in a year.
Only one guy, if I lost against him, the Peter Yan, I will kill myself, you know, because this guy is that good guy, you know. Beautiful, man.
But by the way, this is in less than 2 months.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start training. I'm gonna go Vegas tonight and start training.
Merab Dvalishvili stuns the entire MMA world as he is all set to defend his bantamweight title against Peter Yan at UFC 323. The matchup marks a historic moment as Merab becomes the first fighter in UFC history to attempt 4 title defenses within a single year. Riding an incredible 14-fight win streak, the relentless champion looks to make history against the former title holder. Dana White announces that Merab Dvalishvili will defend his title for the 4th time in 2025, headlining UFC 323 on December 6th against Peter Yan. He notes that Merab asked to fight again right after his last defense to break the record for most title defenses in a year. With a 14-fight win streak and multiple UFC records, Dana praises Merab's ambition and calls the matchup with Yan an exciting clash between 2 elite bantamweights.
Now let's go to UFC 323 from T-Mobile Arena on December 6th. The main event, the number 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Merab, makes the quick turnaround to face the number 2 ranked Peter Yan. On the Monday after Merab's title defense at UFC 320, he came into the offices here and told us how important it was for him to break the record for the most title defenses in a year. Merab's on a 14-fight win streak and is looking to make an unprecedented 4th title defense in under a year. And you gotta respect the hell out of Merab for wanting to break this title. I love this shit. I love stuff like this.
Merab Dvalishvili was live on Ariel Helwani's show when he learned he would be fighting Peter Yan at UFC 323. The moment the news broke, he couldn't contain his excitement and started dancing right on the show. His reaction showed how much passion and joy he has for the sport, as well as how determined he is to set the record for the most title defenses in a single year.
So this is very exciting, Merab. But as we sit here right now, breaking news, because Dana White just went on Instagram, they're telling me in my ear, and he just announced that you are the main event of...
What?
Let's dance, my friend. Let's dance. Yeah. Well, how do we do it? How do we do it? The champion of the world, UFC 320. Yeah! There he is. Yes! That's the pride of Georgia. The pride of Tbilisi. The pride of the bantamweight division. December 6th, UFC 323, T-Mobile Arena, main event, 4 title defenses in 2025, rematch against 50% Petr Yan, co-main event, Pantoja Van. Amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing. Wow.
Merab Dvalishvili says he's heading straight back to Las Vegas to begin training camp, wasting no time after the announcement. With just 54 days left until UFC 323, the champion is fully focused and ready to put in the work for his historic 4th title defense.
Beautiful, man.
But by the way, this is in less than 2 months.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start training. I'm gonna go Vegas tonight and start training.
Is it enough time?
Of course.
Are you out of breath now from the dancing? I thought you had good cardio.
See, I haven't training 8 days.
Too much drinking at the... You have 2 phones also.
Yeah, I have 2 phones.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
One for business, one for the ladies.
Bold for the ladies. Bold.
Merab Dvalishvili mentions that he met with Hunter Campbell to discuss fighting in December. He told Hunter that he was willing to face anyone but felt Peter Yan deserved the opportunity most. Merab says Hunter agreed to try making it happen, though he explained that Peter's visa still needed to be finalized. Merab remains hopeful the fight can be arranged.
Are you really fighting in December?
I go to Hunter's office in UFC and I talk to him. I said, Hunter, please, if there's any chance, after my fight, I go to his office and I tell him if it's any chance I want to fight, and whoever deserves more. I think Peter Yan deserves more, and then I think also he's ready. I'm sure you did interview.
Yes, yes.
And then I asked him, and then he said, okay, he will try his best. And then he also mentioned like, oh, Peter's visa, we don't know if he.
Yeah, because I saw in the comments you wrote if you get your visa.
That's how I know that his visa wasn't done.
Okay.
So and then, but like, I'm hoping that I will get this.
If he doesn't get his visa sorted, do you want to fight in December just against someone else?
If somebody.
Who would be the next person in your opinion?
I don't know. Maybe two guys.
Merab Dvalishvili had also already said that he would ask Dana White for another fight after his win at UFC 320, aiming for a fourth title defense within the same year. He wanted to make history as the first UFC champion to achieve this and said he was ready to face any opponent in a main or co-main event if given the chance.
What would be your message to Dana and to Hunter Campbell now to get that fight in December and try to make history as the first champion to ever defend the title 4 times in 1 year?
My message will be, if they have a spa like a main event or co-main event, I would love to fight December, no problem. And whoever they think deserved more, and I'm ready. I just want to tell them I'm ready. If they will give me this favor, that would be nice.
On the other hand, a few fans think Umar Nurmagomedov should have fought Merab in this fight. However, Aljamain Sterling believes Umar Nurmagomedov still needs 2 more victories before getting another title shot. He says Mario Bautista would have a stronger claim if he wins, given his long streak and win over former Bellator champion Patchy Mix. Sterling explains that Umar should earn his way back with more fights to avoid the top of the division becoming repetitive with the same matchups.
Now he's fighting another top guy in Mario Bautista, who's on, I believe, a 6-fight win streak. And I think if Mario wins, he has a case. He has a long winning streak. He beat a former Bellator champion, multiple time defending Bellator champion in Patchy Mix. Although Patchy just lost to a debut guy in a split decision, still a close fight, but he was still a former champion, kind of like Pitbull. It's tough. But I think if Umar wins, I think he should fight 1 more.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, yo, whoever, and even if Merab wasn't the champ, I would still say the same thing.
Yeah.
I like to see guys at least beat 1 or 2 guys, even though he did beat 1 guy, Corey Sandhagen. He got the title shot already. So now he should have to win at least 2 fights to get back to a title shot opportunity. Otherwise, you have a log jam at the top with the same guys fighting the same guys over and over and over.
Furthermore, Merab Dvalishvili's coach John Wood believes the upcoming rematch with Petr Yan will be far more difficult for the former champion. He says Merab has made major improvements since their first meeting and that the team aims to deliver an even stronger performance this time. Wood expects Yan to face a much tougher version of Merab at UFC 323.
Yan fan, that was a little disappointing. It's like, oh my God, okay. Well, now we've got to go out there and do you worse than we did the first time. And so it just to prove a point. And I think Merab will, you know. You also got a Merab that was 50% also in skill set. He is so much better than when they first fight. And that second fight's going to be so much worse for him.
Petr Yan recently claimed in an interview that he wasn't at full strength when he lost to Merab Dvalishvili. Merab's coach, John Wood, didn't hold back in response, dismissing Yan's comments as excuses. He said that if a fighter decides to compete, they should be ready to accept the results, adding that taking a fight means taking full responsibility for the outcome.
I'm just like, and I don't know if he's actually saying it, if there's people behind the scenes writing this shit for him, but it's like, dude, just shut up. Like, you're a fantastic fighter, like nothing but respect for him and his camp, and it's great, but you start to see things like that, it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, don't take the fucking fights then, guys. If you're gonna come out crying, oh, I got hurt ribs, I got hurt this, I got hurt that, don't take the fight then. If you don't want to do it, if you're so banged up that you think you're compromised, that that's the part that got it, don't take the fight. If you take the fight, I tell any of my guys, we're all banged up, we're all injured. If you want to take the fight, take it. Whatever happens, it's on you. It's on you. You get your ass whooped. We're not blaming injuries. We're not doing this.
On the other hand, Renato Moicano feels Merab Dvalishvili has moved past Khabib Nurmagomedov in the all-time greatness rankings. He highlights Merab's 3 title defenses in a single year and his preparation for a 4th, saying that his relentless work ethic, consistency, and dominance put him ahead of Khabib in terms of legacy and accomplishments.
Merab is better than Khabib. You can hate me all you want. Merab's resume is better than Khabib.
No, pound for pound.
Prove me wrong.
His resume definitely is.
Yes.
His resume is
Merab's resume is better than Khabib, my brother.
Merab is
just facts.
You can make the argument right now that Merab's the best fighter in the whole UFC.
He's the best fighter in the UFC, man.
Kenny Florian also calls Merab Dvalishvili the Khabib of bantamweight, highlighting his non-stop pace and control in the division. He notes that Merab's toughest challenge might not come from fellow bantamweights, but potentially from a featherweight. Florian points to Mario Bautista as a possible threat if he can neutralize Merab's wrestling.
I think his biggest threat, Ray, lies outside of the division at 145 pounds. That's what I think. And and I heard John talking about him potentially going to 145. I don't know if it was in the near future or not, but I don't see anybody as of right now. Again, I'm really curious about that next upcoming fight with Umar. I think gosh, who are we talking about? Why am I blanking on his name?
So George
Mario Bautista. I think if he can put it together and show that he can truly counter wrestle, I think he's a legitimate threat. But other than that, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's the Khabib at 135 pounds, really.
Well, what up? 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
In a recent interview, Khalil Roundtree also shares an incredible story about Merab Dvalishvili, revealing that he sparred 5 full rounds inside the cage at noon on the same day he was set to fight at UFC 320. Roundtree stresses that the story is true, showcasing Merab's extraordinary work ethic and relentless intensity.
Merab in the gym, it's really hard to say that he's any different in the gym than he is in the cage.
Really?
I promise you this is a 100% true story. At 12 o'clock in the afternoon on fight day, Saturday, October 4th, Merab sparred 5 rounds in the cage, live, on the day of his fight. Because that's just who he is.
That's unreal.
Yes.
5 full live rounds.
5 full live rounds at 12 o'clock, not even half a day before he has to be in the arena to put on the biggest fight of his career. That's just him. You cannot make it up. So to be around that, I mean, it's just another experience. Most guys will sit in the hotel room or try to collect their thoughts or do whatever, maybe even get like a bike ride in on the assault bike to kind of burn some energy. I've never in my life seen somebody spar 5 full rounds the day that they have to fight and go do another 5 full rounds with Cody Sanhagen. So yeah, it's just, he's a different breed.
On the other hand, Daniel Comer believes that only Umar Nurmagomedov can challenge Merab Dvalishvili in the bantamweight division right now. He describes Merab as extremely difficult to beat, noting that in their fight, Merab dominated across all rounds. Comer says other fighters struggle to keep up because Merab maintains relentless pressure and constant attacks, making him one of the hardest opponents to figure out in the division.
Merab Dvalishvili is very, very special. I gotta tell you, I think Umar Nurmagomedov is probably the one guy that can challenge him. We saw him fight, it was 48-47 across the board. Everyone else cannot stay with him. It's gonna be very difficult for guys to figure out how to beat him because he's gonna just keep hitting them with takedowns. Keeps hitting you at the hips. He's a very hard challenge to prepare for.
Meanwhile, Merab Dvalishvili made it clear he holds no respect for Umar Nurmagomedov, saying that in a potential rematch, he would hurt Umar in the opening minute and control the fight from there. He added that Umar hasn't learned his lesson yet, so Merab expects to dominate the entire matchup.
აი დარწმუნებული ვარ ჩემს თავში, რომ ეხლა აი აშკარად დამაჯერებლად აი გავტეხავ და ისე მოვგებ. აი აშკარად ბოლოს ჩვენი ბრძოლა ისეთი არ იყო, რა თქმა უნდა, უგებდი ვაკონტროლებდი და ზედმეტი თავის ტკივილის და რისკის გარეშე მოვუგე, მაგრამ შემდეგ ბრძოლაში ესე ადვილად არ გავუშვებ გალეიდან.
ანუ ის ბოლო წუთნახევარი რაც ჩვენ ნახეთ პირველ ბრძოლაში შენთვის არასაკმარისად გატეხილი იყო?
აი პირველ წუთნახევარში გავუკეთებ მაგას და მე მთელი 23 წუთნახევარი ვათხრევ როგორც მეშოკი როგორც ქართველებმა ქართველებმა ვიცით ხოლმე შოკივით ვათრევ აქტიგანზე წაგების შემდეგაც არ დაჭკვიან და ეგ და
On the other hand, Khabib Nurmagomedov recently reflected on Umar Nurmagomedov's loss to Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 311, saying he wants Umar to learn from it on his own. While he's ready to give advice, Khabib believes facing challenges alone builds strength. He added that overcoming this defeat would show Umar's potential as a champion, but struggling to do so could suggest he isn't yet ready for that level. Khabib Nurmagomedov said, "I prefer they get through those situations on their own. Of course, I'm always there to help, but it's better for them in the long run. Umar will come out stronger if he makes it through. If he doesn't, then maybe he was never meant to be champion." And Khabib Nurmagomedov said that if Umar Nurmagomedov wins and earns a title shot, it would make the accomplishment even more special. He added that while it would have been great for both Islam and Umar to hold belts, perhaps it's part of a bigger plan guiding Umar toward an even bigger opportunity. Khabib added, if he gets through it, wins, and earns a title shot, the victory will be even sweeter. Honestly, it would have been a fairy tale ending, both Islam and Umar as champs, but maybe the Almighty was protecting him from something. Meanwhile, Merab Dvalishvili warns that a rematch with Umar Nurmagomedov would go very differently. He recalls Umar talking excessively at the press conference and mocking him while taking a picture with the belt, calling it childish. Merab says he has improved a lot since their first fight and that injuries and a tough training camp affected his earlier performance. Next time, he promises to be fully prepared and dominate Umar.
Bro, he was talking too much. Even the press conference day Thursday, when we had Pace Open, and then I take a picture with the belt and whatever, and then he said, last picture. He was keep pointing at me that I was taking with the belt, last picture, and that's stupid from him. And but if he deserved title fight again, if we fought again, I will destroy him. Now this time I will beat the shit out of him. First fight, now the next fight I will, yeah.
Why do you think? Because you've just improved that much, even more?
I win, and then now I can talk about this. I was injured, my back was killing me, and then I had infection in my leg, and then that was very stressful training camp, and but next fight, if I have to fight him,
On the other hand, Arman explained Umar Nurmagomedov's loss to Merab Dvalishvili, saying it was a strong effort, but that Umar wasn't fully ready for Merab's style. He performed well in the opening rounds, but eventually wore down. Arman added that while Umar's striking is powerful, handling both punches and kicks together posed a challenge that played a role in the defeat.
Was good performance, but he didn't have a tough fighters like Merab, so he did very good 2 rounds, but then he got tired.
Yeah.
He got tired.
His hand.
Yeah, but hand and tired is different,
Really?
Yeah, but
you think it was because he got tired he lost? Not
yeah,
the hand?
for sure, yeah.
Wow.
He could kick, he could defend,
Yeah.
That's a wrap for today's video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other content for more exciting MMA coverage.